Well done, oh, my wonderful people. In case you don't know my name is Amandia Neze. I am the reporter or the broadcaster for this channel where they call Okute Daily Talk 2. And this is not only channel where we will always bring you the authentic news. I didn't say all that channels are fake, you. Now, Baba I call, but if you call on Gidan, I use Sabi. Because we know they do copy and paste. Here, we know they do copyright. We are always on the right channel to give you the right news that your heart desires. Most especially the news about the Biafran liberation, the happenings in the southeast and other Mpara parts of the Zojurians. Nigeria Army confirms surrender of 15 top Boko Haram commanders' families in Borno State. Why I'm bringing this news? You may say this news have nothing to do with the Biafran liberation. It have nothing to do with the Biafrans or whatever. But let me tell you, the identities of those that they want to repatriate or they want to push down to the southeast, courtesy of Hope Uzodinjo and somebody Ibezim, as internally displaced people, is this kind of people. These are the identities. Let me tell you one thing that our people fail to tell you, or even their Zoom media fail to tell you. No any Boko Haram have willingly, I repeat, no any Boko Haram have ever willingly to come out and tell them they surrender. Let me tell you their modus operandi. These people goes into the forest where these guys are with a megaphone. Instead of using the megaphone to tell them to surrender, they are using the megaphone. They cannot speak in English. They will speak in Hausa, Fufudi, and what other language again? Zabromanchi. Promising these people a lucrative deal if they can be able to hands up their terrorist acts or their banditry acts. When they are able to convince these people, most of them, they are promising them that since they have been signed or they have already said that the only occupation they want to be doing is to be buying people, to be killing people, they promise them that they are going to put them into the army and bring them down to the southeast. That if that one does not work, then they are going to use internally displaced to bring them to the southeast to continue the killings. What I'm telling you now is not hearsay. This one is authentic information from the right source. These are the identities of the people they claim that they are displaced. But let me tell you one thing that you don't know. That these people called the Fulanis, the terrorists, the Boko Harams, the bandits, that all in the northeast, northwest, and north central, they are not Nigerians. Fulani cattle rearers or Fulani herdsmen are not Nigerians. That is why when the issue arose in the Senate about the banning of open grazing and tell all the Fulanis to go back to their respective states, those ones who knew where these people came from, who knew that they don't have state in Nigeria, neither do they have any local government or village, they opposed that motion, and that bill, nobody talk about it again. They oppose it and tell us right before our face that these people that are called Fulanis or cattle rearers or Fulani herdsmen, that they don't know their state again. He said not majority, he said all of them don't know their state where they come from again. Can you tell me that as an Igbo man, as an Hausa man, as Urobo, as Bini, as Delta, some people have lived in abroad more than 60-something years. If you ask them where they come from, even at point of death, they will still mention their state, their local, their village, and even to remember their surname. Locate my people with this surname. Locate my family or my cousins with this surname. And the Fulanis, the murderers came out and began to tell us that they don't know their states again. So how can you tell them to go back to their states? In other words, these ones are not the so-called Zogirians. They are infiltrators land grabbers, people whom they want to use to achieve their fulanization agenda and Islamization agenda. That is the people they want to use to achieve it. How are they going to achieve it? They have already started it long time ago from the north. Now they are pushing to the south. North have been conquered. Majority of the real Hausa that remains in the north now, they are not up to 1 million. That is the agenda they want to start now. Through somebody Ibezim in Mbano and Hopeless Uzodinjo. So why I'm bringing this news to tell you the identities of the people they want. They are telling you that they are entirely displaced. They are not. They are but Boko Haram's and ISWAP terrorist members. They convinced to drop their guns just for them to be doing the killings officially, pushing them to the southeast. If you get this message, I know share this message. Me and you get no foot trouser. You get the point now? Me and you will put our two legs in one trousers. One trouser, one pair of trousers. I beg. Maybe I take it like that. Anyway, my people, I beg, let us go straight to the reason why we're here. Nigerian army confirms surrender of 15 top Boko Harams, according to the news before me here. Top Hezbollah official survives assassination attempt as Israeli strikes kill 22. This man don't go pack all the whole virgins where they for that country, including hostages. Contest around himself say, nobody's going anywhere. Anyway, now story for another day. We are coming back. And according to this one, it says, BIAFRANS says jet flew over Iraq as Iranian missiles descend on Israel. Israeli troops attack United Peacekeepers in Lebanon. World reacts. My people, we are moving straight to the reason why we are here this morning. There's no time to tell time. Happy Sunday once again to all my fans out there. The Nigerian army announced that 15 high-ranking Boko Haram commanders, along with their families, have surrendered to troops in Borno State. Okute News reports that the surrender comes amid intensified military operations targeting the group's strongholds. In a press release issued Friday evening, the army reported that troops dismantled several terrorist hideouts and apprehended individuals suspected of providing logistical support to Boko Haram in the northeast. The statement highlighted the troops' success in dismantling terrorist hideouts, arresting key operatives, and seizing firearms and supplies. The army added that the large quantities of liquid fertilizer and insecticides were recovered from the suspects, materials commonly repurposed by terrorists to create impoverished explosives device, which is IEDs. The statement reads, in a significant blow of remnants of Boko Haram terrorists, a total of 15 wired fighters along with their families have surrendered to Nigerian army troops in Gwoza and Boma local government area of Borno State. Troops also arrested two suspected terrorist logistics suppliers at Azib village in Damboa local government area of the state. Troops recovered large quantities of liquid fertilizer and insecticides from the suspect, materials typically used by the terrorists for production of improvised explosive device. In Manahari village, another Boko Haram logistics supplier transporting drugs to terrorist hideouts was also captured. In Zamfara State, troops responded swiftly to the kidnapping of a Boa company driver at Maraban Kwaware in Safe local government area. Troops swiftly engaged the terrorists in a shootout and successfully rescued the hostage. The gallant troops also recovered an AK-47 rifle loaded with 9 rounds of 7.2 mm ammunition from the terrorists. Similarly, in Kebbi State, troops executed another daring rescue operation, extracting 8 hostages following an intense firefight with the kidnappers. Acting on President for Intelligence, troops in Benue State have apprehended a wanted criminal at Gabin Market in Goma local government area. The vigilant troops retrieved 3 rounds of 7.62 mm special ammunition, 4 ATM cards, and a sum of 6,750 in cash. Top Hezbollah official survives assassination attempt as Israeli strike kills 22. As the crisis between Israel and Hezbollah escalates, Beirut witnessed deadly airstrikes on Thursday. This development comes as Israeli forces aimed strikes at Wafik Safar, a senior Hezbollah official who heads the group's liaison and coordination unit. Safar managed to escape, but the attack left 22 people dead and over 100 injured, Economic Times reports. The strikes hit Beirut's central neighborhoods, a shift from Israel's area focus on the southern suburbs, making this the most significant escalation in Israel's ongoing military campaign. Thursday's attack marked a major escalation of the crisis and shift in Israel's operations. While previous airstrikes had primarily focused on Hezbollah's stronghold in the southern suburbs of Beirut, this latest offensive struck more central areas of the capital, including Ai Nuwari, Ras El Naba, and Basta neighborhood. It was noted that the full scope of casualties was still being assessed as rescue operations continued in the aftermath of the strikes. According to Lebanon's health authorities, it was further noted that the death toll could rise given the extensive damage to buildings and infrastructure in these densely populated neighborhoods. Witnesses described scenes of chaos as ambulances struggled to reach the worst-hit areas, and several apartment blocks were reduced to rubble. In 2008, Safar facilitated a landmark prisoner swap between Hezbollah and Israel. Through its negotiations, Hezbollah returned the bodies of 2 Israeli soldiers captured in 2006 in exchange for 5 Lebanese prisoners held by Israel, an event that follows the 34-day conflict between Israel and Hezbollah in 2006. Safar has also been active in domestic Lebanese politics. It was reported that in 2021, he allegedly warned the judge investigating the devastating Beirut port explosion, pressing the judge to halt inquiries involving Hezbollah-aligned politicians. His survival of Thursday's airstrike is seen as another escalation in Israel's ongoing efforts to target key Hezbollah operatives. BIAFRANS says jet flew over Iraq as Iranian missiles descend on Israel. BIAFRANS has opened an investigation into how a jet flying from Paris to Dubai went over Iraq as Iranian missiles fired at Israel crossed the same airspace, the airline said on Friday. Iranian launched dozens of missiles towards Israel on October 1st in what it said was a response to the killing of Hezbollah leader Hassan Nasrallah and others in Lebanon. The missiles had to pass through Iraq's airspace to reach Israel. BIAFRANS flight AF-662 was flying over Iraq when the Iranian attack began at around 4:45 p.m. UTC, that is 11:45 a.m. ET, and left Iraq airspace shortly before 5 p.m. that is UTC, and it is 12 p.m. ET, the airline told CNN in a statement. Iraqi airspace was not officially closed by local authorities until 5:56 p.m. UTC. Thanks to the information we gathered, we were able to identify a forthcoming attack on Israel by Iran involving the launch of ballistic missiles, BIAFRANS said. As a result, and without waiting for instruction from the Iraqi authorities, BIAFRANS decided to suspend the overflight of the country's airspace by its aircraft from 5 p.m. UTC. Emirates Airbus A380 double-decker passenger aircraft spotted flying in the air between the blue sky and the clouds on final approach for landing on the runway of London Heathrow Airport, LHR, in the United Kingdom. The Super Jumbo wide-body airplane has the registration total number A6EUI and is powered by 4X Engine Alliance EA GP7270 jet engines. The long-haul airliner is arriving from Dubai. Emirates EK is one of the flag carrier airline in the United Arab Emirates UAE, owned by the government of Dubai Investment Corporation of Dubai. The last but not the least, Israeli troops attack UN peacekeepers in Lebanon, and the world at large reacts to that very incident. UN peacekeepers in Lebanon have accused Israeli forces of firing at some of their positions as Israel expands its attack throughout Lebanon. The UN interim force in Lebanon said on Thursday that 2 of their Indonesian peacekeepers were injured when an Israeli tank fired at watchtower at the forces headquarters in Ras An Nakora, causing them to fall. United Nations field agents said in a statement that any attack on peacekeepers is a grave violation of international humanitarian law. The peacekeeping organization, which consists of about 10,000 peacekeepers from 50 countries and was established in 1978, said Israeli forces had deliberately fired at its position along the border. The spokesperson Andre Tenani told Al Jazeera that the attack was a very serious development. According to them, moving on to the last phase of this news, it could constitute a war crime and represented a very serious violation of international military law, he said. He added that he has summoned the Israeli ambassador to demand an explanation of the attack on their peacekeepers. So, my good people, we don't have much time to waste. We have already taken much of the time on explaining until we get tired. Anyway, please help me like, share, comment, and make sure you subscribe to this channel for more interesting videos coming your way. My name is Remain Amandia Neze. I'll be right back. Have a nice day. May the good Lord continue to bless us all. Kemesiano.